In ancient China, the Grand Canal was crucial for the transportation of heavy loads of grain from one region to another, sometimes to trade and sometimes to feed armies at war. Trade peaked in the 15th century with a staggering 12,000 grain ships sailing along the canal. Today, the canal is playing a vital role in modern China's construction industry. My next stop is Pizhou, in the north of Jiangsu province. I'm meeting descendants of the famous Haozi boatmen, known for their ancient songs. These are the same songs, the same tunes, the same words that teams of working boatmen would have sung hundreds of years ago. Zhao Qichang is one of the oldest Haozi boatmen living in Pizhou. Birthed on a boat, his family has sailed the Grand Canal for 4 generations.
In the old days, the only way to move boats up and down the canal was by towing them with ropes. It needed 6 men to tow a boat. We chanted to work together effectively as a team. There are very few of us boatmen left. When my generation has gone, we will be no more. I'm 80. We must preserve these old traditions, or they will be lost forever. This is our heritage.
Even though this way of life no longer exists along the canal, it's an important piece of the waterway's history and a fascinating glimpse into the way things used to be. Zhao invites me onto his family's modern boat to give me a sense of just how different life is today. His family transports coal and sand for China's booming construction industry.
I lost my mother when I was 3. We didn't have a home or land, so we buried her in the canal. Back then, we buried people where they died. Life on the boat was really tough, really bitter. We worked in all weather conditions. Even when sleeping, we were on alert and fully dressed in case of storms or strong winds. We had to secure the goods on the boat. Also, we had to tow goods not just one way, but both ways, up and downstream to get enough money to eat. We had to load and load really quickly. It was all very tough.
As we traveled down the river, I caught Zhao's reflection in one of the ship's portholes. And it made me realize that his life along the canal is representative of the millions of others who have come before him. But how do 21st century boatmen live today? Often in relative comfort, it seems. I ride shotgun with Xiao Rongcheng, who now runs the family barge and will continue the tradition.
This is my barge, and it took 10 months to build and cost 3 million yen. I make 1 trip a month delivering sand. Shipping has always been in my family, and it's been in my family for generations.
I photograph Lu Ying, who manages the boat with her husband. The strands that obscure her face are the ropes that are used to tie the boat to the shore. And it reminds me that their modern life is always anchored in the past. This is kind of my favorite part of the day. I mean, the sun is setting, it's perfect, everything is soft, and the sky is just beautiful. Life here on the canal seems like it's undergone such a transformation. We saw the old Haozi boatmen who were singing their songs, and they were pulling these barges up the canal and moving goods, and it was all manual labor. But now it's these huge barges, and they have just about every modern convenience, and they're 2 completely different worlds, it seems like. But it really just makes me want to explore more of what the Grand Canal has.